Okay guys, today we're going to take apart the Instant Pot for cleaning. And for some serious cleaning in case you have like an overflow spillage and that kind of crap. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Nathan Cox here. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to take the Instant Pot apart for cleaning. Okay, and we're going to start with the very easy separation of stuff on the lid, but then we're going to get to the very serious taking stuff apart, because 2 weeks ago my wife was making some soup and she didn't let it vent all the way. Now she pretty much did, and we've used this for a while, but it was like the little bit of steam still coming out, and she was like almost done. She was like, why not? It should be fine. Opened it up between the pressure and the vacuum, the lid coming up, the soup just went up and over, down the sides, and then down in the middle. Okay, so after she cleaned up the outside stuff like that, I'm like, I'll try to take a closer look and get all the goo out, because there's stuff that kept dripping out from the bottom. And I'll show you guys how to take this thing apart. It's built very well, and so you can get it cleaned up and get yours all nice and new, just like new. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, starting with the lid, which is super easy. Okay, so move this to the side. Probably most of you probably already know how to do this. You come to this video here because you're looking for more serious stuff. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Silicone seal peels out. Now they've changed this a little bit on the newer models, but I think they only have it over this part right here, and it's just a small round one. But it works the same way. You just gotta snap it off. Sometimes it's a little hard, but you can pop that off. This little silicone piece here really stays on there. I mean, I reckon that can peel off. I've never pulled that off. And then your vent here, there's a little silicone seal in there, but that just kind of slips off. And we're done. Okay, now don't forget, you do have the whole overflow drainage steam juice collector thing here. That comes off for easy cleaning. Stainless steel bowl comes right off for easy cleaning. But we want to talk about serious cleaning, okay? Serious cleaning right here. Let's see if I add a little more light. Maybe that helps just a hair. Alright, now I think the only two, if I remember right, I did this about 2-3 weeks ago. The only two tools I needed was the Phillips screwdriver, and I have a number 7 7mm, sorry, not a number 7, but a 7mm nut driver. And the nut driver actually makes it a lot easier. Now this can be a little bit different on different models, obviously, but hopefully this gets you through the process well enough. Alright, so I've got one Phillips screw here by the cord. Okay, it's just screwed into the plastic. And then you can take the base and turn it just a hair, and she pops out. Okay, this part here is all plastic, at least it is on mine. And it was covered in the soup and the goo, so I just let that soak in the sink. Okay, now right here we want to get that base plate off. What I want to do, see this plate right here, this I want off. Okay, now what I talked about before about electronics being covered and protected, or if I didn't talk about it in this video, I talked about it in my review video. They are. You see these rubber packs here, and there's a plastic casing right here, and it's on the top side and down the sides too, so whatever hits, it goes up and around. Same thing here with these contacts here for the heating coil. You have these rubber seals which deflect any of the juices or crap that's coming out. And there's a couple of drain holes, one right here. I should point with the screwdriver. There's a little small drain hole right there, and there's another one here on this side. That when it overflows, it's going to empty out. Okay, so let's take this thing apart, or at least let's try to remember how I took it apart. Okay, now you got your right here. We'll start right here with these Phillips screws on the heating element, and we're gonna just carefully take those off. If it's really tight and giving you some trouble, kind of hold on to the heating coil. Okay, I'm going to add a pair of needle nose pliers into this equation so I can hold on to certain things. And I'll hold on to that so it doesn't twist. And get that screw started. And I'll do the same when I put it back together so I can tighten it down without twisting it. Don't want to put too much pressure on things and snap them, okay? Now the red wire stays over here and the blue wires stay over on this side. And they're pretty much going to stay there, okay? So it's really not a problem with that, like, changing. Okay, so you guys can hopefully see that. See, there's another one right there. Okay, now you guys can probably continue to take this further apart than what I did, but I found that this worked fine. All right, so now I've got. Okay, don't want to. We're gonna leave the nut right there for now. And we're stick our hand up underneath here. Oops, well, the nut just fell through. Take the other one off. Okay, that's when I go pick them up. Okay. Okay, that's right. There was one more screw right here, and I'm not sure what this area is here in this white silicone, but this screw held it on too. That's right. Okay. And that's okay because it just fell through to the inside where I'm taking this apart at. So this, you're going to have a nut and a lock washer, a nut and a lock washer, and then you have a Phillips screw, and there's some washer there. Now these little rubber seals, we'll just carefully push them. You guys can see what I'm doing with my fingers not covering it all. And then the ends of the elements are going to come right through. Okay? Okay, now that's pretty much it. I need to recover. Well, I gotta find wherever they ran off to. That screw and the nut. But you can see in here now, we have the underneath the heating elements. Okay, so this right here is I think a safety feature there to make sure that the pan's actually in place, makes contact with it. This whole area there was full of soup and stuff like that, so they'll clean this out. And as far as okay, and there's a nut. And there's my screw. Okay, now you could take this a step further, which I'm actually not planning on doing. And then you got these screws here, here, and here, which is going to drop the whole inner pan out. But then you have the electronics you're going to have to separate, you know, from the cover, the control panel here. So some of these, all these electronic pieces here will have to be separated. And if you're going to go that far, I'd be like labeling some things. Although, you know, some of these, most of these would only go in one spot, but like these two right here, and some of them, they might be interchangeable. Okay, so taking a picture with your cell phone or labeling them before you take that all the way apart would be a smart way to do it. But at this point here, because the soup just dripped right through these holes and weren't covering these electronics at all, they were just all over the base and underneath the heating coil, you know, which here we have the heating coil. I was able to clean all this up very carefully and put it back together. Okay, so now if we're putting it back together, we're going to just do the reverse. Okay, so I hope I'm not disappointing anyone here that wanted me to take it 100% apart. But when we had our spillover, that's all I needed to do. Okay, so we put it back on the inside here so you can see. Okay, I'm going to line up the heating elements over here with these two spots, and then I need to try to, alright, I'm going to grab that little thing in the middle, which is kind of hard. Oh, but it went right in this time. Alright, I'm going to push the heating element rubber seals up and through, and you want to check to make sure your little center thing is in place. Okay, which it is. Okay. So guys, I hope really this is capturing in the camera well. Alright, now I'm going to line this silicone rubber seal back up around so I can get that little screw stud back in place. That back on top. I hope you guys can see that. What I'm doing right here is that there's a little stud area right here where it's threaded, and then I just move the silicone back around it and I pull that back in place. And what we're going to do is, I don't know that this screw's going to stick to the screwdriver. I don't know if it's magnetic at all. Magnetic at all. Say a little slower. Okay. Well, looks like it's stuck. That's good. So this is the easiest way to do it, is get that started first, because that's going to hold everything in place. And since everything's lined up, I'm just going to snug that up and be done with it. Alright, now everything's still going to try to fall through, so you still got to kind of hold it here. And we can stick the washer on, and at least this nut, the one here on this side. Okay, I'm trying to keep the angle so the camera can see it. Okay, that one's on. This one here on the right side, there's a lot more stuff in the way. Okay, I'm sure my fat fingers are going to drop it, so I'm going to put it on the needle nose pliers. And actually even try to... Oh, perfect. Let's get it started. Okay, I'm going to use a nut driver. Snug that up real nice. That one too. Okay, now we got the blue that goes on this side. So we just got to run it through both blue wires and then back into the element. Sorry, it's so hard to not put my hand in front of the camera here. Okay, and I want to hold the element so that I don't bend it or something. Just snug it up, don't gotta go crazy. Alright, red wire, oh, let's just go underneath that one, why not? Okay, using the pliers again. Tighten that up. Okay, we're almost done here, which is good because I think my battery's about to fail. Alright, so we're going to put this back in place. Okay, there we go. And give it this little mini turn. So all the slots are there. And I always like to run my screws backwards just a hair to feel that click so the threads are lined up, and then run them forward so they don't cross thread. We're done. All back together. Okay, well, there we go. That was a very comprehensive, clean of the Instant Pot. That's not a normal cleaning, taking the whole electronic area out and cleaning underneath the heating elements, stuff like that. But for those of you who have had it spill over and you're like, oh, I know stuff's still in there, it's going everything up, you want to clean it up, I hope this video gave you enough where you can do it yourself. Now, I have to put this little warning here. I'm not responsible if you guys destroy your Instant Pot in the process. Some people should never even pick up a screwdriver. You're just not mechanically inclined at all. Doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you're not, are skilled in mechanical arts. If you are one of those people, please show this video to somebody else and let them help you clean it up, okay? Because I can't be responsible if you guys destroy your Instant Pot. I'm just trying to help you guys clean it up. That being said, end of the video now. You guys, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel. That always helps out. And you get notifications when more cool videos come out. Down below that is a link to my website. I got all my videos there organized really well with my different channels. Okay? And there'll be some additional videos for you over here on the other side. Thank you so much for watching this. Please share it, and you guys have a great day.